Imagine waking up tomorrow morning to breaking news on every screen across the world. Starting today, every month will officially have 35 days instead of 30. At first, it sounds impossible. Maybe it is a joke. Maybe it is a mistake. But then you realize it is real. Governments confirm it. Businesses rewrite their schedules. Schools overhaul their calendars. And suddenly, the entire world is forced to adapt to a completely new way of measuring time. But here is the real question. Would we actually live longer? Would we earn more money? Would the global economy become stronger? Or would this seemingly small calendar change trigger one of the biggest disasters in human history? Today, we are exploring exactly what would happen if every month suddenly had 35 days. And trust me, the answer is far more terrifying than you might think.
The first thing we need to understand is this. Adding 5 extra days to every month does not automatically mean time itself has slowed down. There are actually 2 completely different scenarios. In the first scenario, only the calendar changes, while the Earth keeps rotating and orbiting the Sun as usual. We have simply renamed the dates.
But in the second scenario, the Earth actually takes longer to complete one full orbit around the Sun. That means every year gets longer. Instead of 365 days, we are looking at 420 days in a single year. Now, we are talking about a completely different planet with catastrophic consequences. For this story, let us assume the second scenario is true. The Earth really does take longer to orbit the Sun. And that is when things get truly terrifying. So, would we actually live longer? Ask almost anyone, and their immediate answer would be yes. After all, if every year suddenly has more days, we must be gaining extra life, right? But that is not how human biology works. Your body does not care about the numbers printed on a piece of paper. Your cells continue to age based on real, relentless time. Your heart keeps beating at the exact same pace. Your brain processes every passing second, and your body ages at the precise biological rate it always has. The only thing that changes is the human math we use to count our age. Think about it this way. Imagine you are 30 years old today. In a world with a much longer calendar, you would celebrate far fewer birthdays over the exact same period of physical time. On paper, you would look younger, but biologically, you would be the exact same age. So, no, we would not magically gain extra years of life. We would simply be relabeling the time we already have. Now, let us talk about your salary, because this is where things get truly wild. Imagine you earn a fixed monthly salary. Suddenly, your month becomes 5 days longer. Would your boss expect you to work those extra 5 days completely for free? Almost certainly not. Companies would be backed into a corner with only 2 real choices. Either raise employee salaries to cover the extra days, or cut down the required working hours per week. Around the world, governments would be forced to panic-write entirely new labor laws. Payroll systems would crash, employment contracts would be ripped up and rewritten, and every HR department on Earth would fall into total chaos. For businesses, this would not just be flipping a page on a wall calendar. It would instantly become one of the most expensive and chaotic administrative nightmares in human history. Earth would have to orbit slower and experience a shift in its gravitational pull. A drop in Earth's gravity would not just rewrite our calendars, it would completely shatter the laws of physics, nature, and human biology. Today, we are looking at 4 unbelievable things that would happen if our months became 35 days long and gravity took a plunge. Point number 1. Cars and motorcycles would suddenly get insane fuel mileage. Right now, every time you press the gas pedal or twist a throttle, your engine is fighting against 3 massive forces: rolling resistance, friction, and the relentless downward pull of Earth's gravity. But in a lower gravity world, your vehicle instantly becomes much lighter on its tires. The heavy downward pressure on the asphalt vanishes, drastically reducing tire friction. Suddenly, your engine needs only a fraction of its normal power to push the vehicle forward. Cars could coast for miles with just a light tap on the accelerator. Heavy SUVs would get the efficiency of modern electric vehicles, and motorcycles could travel hundreds of kilometers on just a single liter of fuel. Global transport costs would plummet, logistics would become dirt cheap, and energy crises could vanish overnight. However, this massive leap in mileage comes with a dangerous catch. Lower weight means your tires lose their grip on the road. Stopping a speeding car would take twice as long, and turning sharp corners could cause vehicles to slide uncontrollably. Driving would become far cheaper, but far more dangerous. Point number 2. The human body would undergo a dramatic physical evolution, and people would gradually become much taller. Right now, every single second of your life, gravity is crushing your spine, compressing the discs between your vertebrae. Without that heavy downward force, your spine begins to decompress and stretch out. We see this happen to astronauts in space, but on a low-gravity Earth, this height increase would be permanent. Future generations would grow significantly taller, developing long, lean limbs. However, this extra height comes at a brutal biological cost. Your bones and muscles evolved specifically to fight Earth's strong gravitational pull. Without daily resistance just to stand up, your body realizes it no longer needs heavy bones or strong muscles. Bone density would plummet, making human skeletons fragile and brittle. Your heart, which is a muscle designed to pump blood upward against gravity, would not have to work nearly as hard. Over time, human hearts would shrink, and our cardiovascular systems would weaken. We would become tall, fragile giants, living on a world that no longer demands strength. Point number 3. Earth would gradually become a freezing, bitter cold wilderness. Gravity is the only invisible roof holding our thick, heat-trapping atmosphere down. If gravity weakens, that roof shatters and gases escape into the vacuum of space. As the atmosphere thins out, the greenhouse effect completely collapses. Sun heat vanishes into space. Global temperatures drop well below zero. Final point. The moon and stars would appear terrifyingly bright and razor-sharp in the night sky. Right now, stars twinkle because dense air distorts their light. But with a paper-thin atmosphere, that distortion completely disappears.